Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about something that I think is my personal opinion, is a big major error in some scholarly works. And that's in, I'm just going to sum it up as social and behavioral sciences. Not all, of course, but some that they over years has truly bothered me. And I can sum it up in a different way this time now. It's kind of a bit like mixing apples and oranges and trying to go against them, I guess, to say their three things are equal and they're negative. Okay, when they're apples and oranges and maybe even grapes. So yeah, and what it is about to me is, I've been reading things on this illusory pattern perception and basically pseudoscience kind of thing, and conspiracy theories and so forth. Now, I've mentioned many times in my videos that my mother was a conspiracy theorist. Okay, when I was a child, was when I first learned that she was a conspiracy theorist. I mean, young child. And she believed in things like how the zodiac signs and reading your, what is it called even? I don't even remember because I've gone so far away from it over the years. But reading, what is it called? I forgot. But reading it every day, it'll tell you what you should focus on. And, kind of like if you read fortune cookies and you believe in it. She believed that man never walked on the moon. She was totally disbelief of Watergate, the outcome. She was a Republican. And she basically was one that would think of things in the terms of it's a hype and a hoax. Okay. She believed in a lot of things. She also mentioned in other videos that she would have me go out with her as a child, a young child. Go out with her in the backyard at night to look for UFOs. Okay, to look for aliens. Yeah. And I disagree with all that. And she also believed in ghosts, and she believed that my dad, after he passed, was talking to her through her battery-operated doorbell. She also believed that the news people on TV, she watched Fox at this point, she believed that they were watching her. Okay. And she did have dementia. She had dementia for a long time. I always thought it was fell under vascular dementia. And I even spoke to my doctor about it. Said that some people I had heard this about type 3 diabetes, and that would have been her. She was had dementia, progressing over like 20 years, and that's very long, I think. Anyway, so I'm not new to this. I'm not new. My master's degree is in sociology. I've definitely heard enough about conspiracy theories, and that some of them people, found the truth. It wasn't many. Some people want to say they focus on that one or two, and they say, look at how, then therefore all of them, that all or nothing thinking kind of thing. That if you find one, then it's all. No, it's false. But, okay, and my mother was also religious. She was, I think, raised Catholic. Her mother was Catholic. Her dad was Methodist. And as she got older and deeper into her dementia, she went to Pentecostal. Okay. She never attended church, though. I truly believe she was suffering from agoraphobia, but all we were told was that she had anxiety. Actually, for many, many years, we were told, like 20 years, we were told that she was just going through the change. Okay, that's about all back then in those days, that's about all, the only way they would put it, but also about the only thing that when it came to the mind that people would speak of, anxiety was like, ooh, anything that had to do with, psychological. No, can't say that unless you just say, if it's a woman, she's going through the change, this thing. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm giving him a little background like sociologists tend to do. Disclosure. I mean, I've got degrees, I have degrees in both psychology and sociology. And when I was studying, I want to make that a point, and earning my degrees, when you wrote papers or something, in psychology, you never said I. Anything that had to do with yourself, you did not disclose in papers. Scholarly journal articles, whatever. Sociology was complete and total opposite. Okay, it's you're all in there. You let people know, you disclose why you might have any kind of biases or agendas, and so you disclose that information. Such as I'm talking about this. I was raised. My mother was, raised by her parents, both together. Her mother was Catholic. Her mom was. Her dad was Methodist. And when I never knew what my mom really didn't go anywhere, do anything. She didn't go to attend church or anything. It's just whatever she was saying she was at the time, and also a conspiracy theorist. Okay, so my dad was Christian. I don't know, and attended non-denominational, but Christian. Okay, I was raised very strict Christian. So anyway, and that's where I'm going with this. All these years, when I was a child, I'm giving this background for a reason. When I was a child, and as the years went, this worsened. I don't know if I'd say worsened or what, but it increased, I guess. But back then, people spoke of their, like if they're a Christian, no problem. Nobody said anything to anybody. Nobody doubted them. Nobody said that, that's some kind of psychological problem in you. Nobody, went around quoting Marx and all that, and it was acceptable to say, I'm only going to talk about Christianity because I don't know enough about the other ones. I should highlight that. I don't want to speak on religions I don't know enough about. So Christianity. Back then, you could say you're a Christian and nobody blinks an eye, nobody jumps on you, nobody rolls their eyes at you, nobody thinks of you as, you're just too gullible, any of that. Now, if you were an atheist, they looked at you like that. Okay, that you're a lost soul, or something along this line. But as the time went on, I'm 57. As time went on, it flipped. Okay, it flipped. It's where now, at least in my world, what I see, I'm not saying this is 100% across the board. This is not one size fits all, none of that. But what I see is that now, what is only acceptable is if you're atheist. They don't even allow agnostics. Okay, now, you have to be an atheist or something's wrong with you. Okay. And Christianity, it's kind of like they want to say, don't even dare to say that. We're going to make fun of you. We're going to treat you, and when it comes down to it, this is where I'm going, is that people who want to take that from somebody, there's a bit of arrogance there. Could it be narcissism? Okay, I'll put it that way, but I'm not going to diagnose it as that way. It could be a behavior of, though, narcissistic personality disorder, if a person feels a strong need to tell everybody that they're wrong and they're the only ones who are right, and on and on. But this is where I'm going. I got a lot more to say. This video is not going to cover all of it. I have a lot to say that because what really is on my mind is very much more. It's deeper than I can just put into words. Seriously, and I know that it's going to seem so superficial. It's going to be superficial. So, just on the top of on the surface of what I am talking about, and not the deep. It's not going to get deep enough. Yeah, this thought. But So now to get to it, I've been reading these different works again. I've read them on and off all the time, many years. I was a career student, and it's a habit. Scholarly journal articles, books, and so forth. And over the years, I have seen people want to take and do research and claim like this illusory pattern perception and all, and gullibility to what they actually call, which I still can't believe, I've seen that in a scholarly work, pseudo, I'm gonna keep getting the second word wrong, pseudo profound bullshit. They actually use the word bullshit. Okay, that's just no. It just doesn't reach the standard that I'm used to use the word bullshit. But I guess in a way it sums it up, it makes it easy. But anyway, too much of what I've seen is people taking conspiracy theories, conspiracy theories, blend and compare it, like I said, there's apple, oranges, maybe grapes, with religion, with, say, Christianity, the religion. And remember, I'm not talking about all the other ones. Let's just say, narrow it down to Christianity. And, ghost. Okay, ghost and UFOs and all this. Like that is included all in one. The ghost and the aliens. Like these are three. Okay, different ones. And they want to use those three to say that basically science is the only way. When people narrow their mind that bad, that's one thing. There's a lot of things I want to cover on this. To be that narrow-minded, to be able to see that these three, actually four, what's behind them have different purposes. So mixing them together and trying to do research on all three, four of these together, there's some problems there. Lots of problems there, because they're not the same. Okay, they're not. Their purposes are not the same. The outcomes of what people do if they believe in them, they're not the same. The type of person, overall behind these is not the same. It's not similar. And nobody's the same. No two people are alike. But think of conspiracy theories. What are they trying to prove? That, some would sum it up as they're trying to prove that scientists are wrong, and they know more than scientists. There's some arrogance there. But what about people who are Christians? Are they out there trying to prove something to you? Okay, not all, some. But what about, I'm talking about true Christians, not people who are using it for some purpose such as money or conning other people. True, like they're these narcissists that are using religion so they look holy in public, but when they're devils behind the scenes. Something like that. That's an interesting way to put it to me. But yeah. So, but now let's talk about those true Christians, those true ones that are truly holy. Are they bad people? Are they evil people? Are they using it for their own selfish purposes and to get money from you and to con you and to, like maybe perhaps conspiracy theorists are? No, think about it. How can you mix and blend the two of those, just the two? How can you? And say these are the, something that you can compare to science, just that easily, sum them all up together. It just seems it's far off. It's what it really seems to me when you get deep, and like I said, I'm not going to be able to get that deep with what I'm saying. It's as though the agenda is right there. Okay, that's perhaps the people who aren't disclosing information about themselves have some kind of agenda, or have some kind of, like, it could be anger against religion, against Christianity. So they want to put it out there that what they do, scientists, is superior to that. Okay, I'm going deeper than this, so don't just judge on the surface. Remember. But, and it could be that. It could be many things. It could be and or. Okay? Such as, some people, they have never even experienced a religion, so they don't have that concept of what really is it about. Okay? They've just heard what other people say. And that's not really what I want to talk about, but there's this anger, there's this total disbelief because they have a faith only in science. They don't open their minds enough to say there could be something outside of science. Now, I had a professor, I really did, and he's now, I think, the dean. Couldn't get away from that tractor. Anyway, they're mowing the grass, but he started coming this way and then he turned around. But anyway, real life happens in the middle of video. But where was I? This about, people who are, okay, you mix these concepts. You mix people who are talking about about UFOs. Okay, they're talking about aliens, and you're trying to, okay, what is really going on in their mind? Are they, is it some type of religion? No. Okay, but it is some type of belief. Yes. But is it the purpose, what's deep down inside of them, what their goal is it anything like Christianity? Or if true holy Christians, who has a good definition of that? Aren't they good, decent people? That's how I always put it. Good, decent people. Seriously. And you're going to compare that to people who aren't, who possibly aren't, who the purpose behind it is not, or what their belief leads them to. Some would say that's not a purpose, but what their belief leads them to is to not do harm to people. Christians, they do not do harm to others. True Christians. But can you say the same thing for conspiracy theorists? Can you say the same thing for people who believe in ghosts? Can you say the same thing that people who believe in, UFOs and such and such? So how are they taking these concepts, these thoughts, these categories, and throwing them all together and say all of it shows that a person just isn't connecting the dots right, or show that all of these things mean the person is not mentally stable, or they're not living in the real world. Just whatever way they're going to put it. Yeah. It's just all kinds of me. I was trained in research, and I'm seeing all kinds of problems with that. Big red, okay, your agenda is shining through. Your biases are shining through. And not good. Not good. So, and honestly, I think the one of those, as a person with a genius IQ, the one of those that truly does not fit is religion. That needs to be taken out. It needs to be taken out, period. Like when somebody's doing research. Now, there's more to that. I'm going to say this as a sociologist. There's more to it also. What is your purpose? Okay, what is the purpose of the scientist? Or they think that they're being very objectionable. I haven't used that word in so long. That might not be the right way to put it. I'm losing my voice, sorry. They're looking at it. What is the purpose of the? What kind of outcome are they looking for? What is the purpose? What is their goal? And I mean, some people would say that, like psychologists, okay, sociologists. Well, let's just narrow it down to psychologists. Right now, with this pandemic and everything, I think, and even before the pandemic, we have had gotten more and more awareness of people who are out there, and I'm talking about in the United States and other places, But people who are out there who don't really think right, they do fall for bullshit. This bullshit they talk about, pseudo-profound bullshit. Why has it gotten to this point? Okay, in social behavioral sciences, what was not being done enough of for people to not do this? What's been neglected? Okay, what has been neglected that we wind up with so many people who don't have critical thinking skills? And yes, you can go through education. You can, people can blame other people, blame this, blame that. But I do see it as I'm just saying, as a psychologist, just to sum up, something wasn't being watched. Something wasn't being made aware of, and more awareness of. That there's so many people who they want to discredit scientists, and that includes psychologists, sociologists. Yeah, they want to discredit them. Okay, where were these fields lacking? Where were they just not having enough? Yeah. That people would rather see people who just say that they've experienced something, and therefore they know how to fix it. Hey, I've experienced a toothache before, but I don't know how to fix it. I've broken my foot before, and I had to basically, literally, walk it off, according to my doctor. I wouldn't have known that. I don't know, I can go on, but really, I say this really, this is a problem. This is a big problem. This is a huge problem of a lack. Now, the scientists aren't doing their jobs. How are people going to have faith? Not all scientists. Not all scientists. Not all psychologists. Not all social and behavioral scientists. Not all. Not all. That kind of thinking is bad. Not all, it's not all or nothing. No. But there's something somewhere. There's one you can point to that there should have been more. There should have been more working with the schools. And you can, in a way, blame part of the school system, like where I live. I think it was the early 2000s that I checked, and they had taken out of the schools psychology and sociology courses. Okay? I was shocked. I was thinking, this is not going to lead to anything good. And, okay, ... and, yeah. Okay, there's that. Then there's more. Okay. Now, as a sociologist, we have, the way times have changed in my life, personal life, how things I've seen around me. I don't see the whole world. I don't see everybody, everything. What I have seen. There really has been this, it's a tougher world. Tougher as time goes by. And more narcissistic. People who are only out for themselves. They don't care what, and I can't even just sum it up as narcissistic. Some of it's psychopathic, and, on and on. And too many people just concerned about themselves, and some don't care how they get what they want. So on and so forth. I've done how many videos? God, over the years. And where I'm going with this one is, I have more than this, but I'm about to sum it up in my voices. Wrap this one up. I'll make other ones, but really, when it comes down to, why would anybody want to take away from somebody who's truly holy? Why would they want to tell them that you have and categorize them as people without any brains, really, when it comes down to it? Without brains. There's something wrong with them. This. Now, I can tell you, when I was a child, I was introduced to people who were truly holy. And some of the things that you can actually see right now through here were developed by some of these people. Things we use today, and if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have it. Okay? These were also scientists. Okay, they were very religious. They were very decent people. They were not narcissistic. See, I'm going to go on and on. I could. But overall, they were good, decent people who had brains. They're very intelligent. So I see whenever somebody's trying to sum up that people who are Christians, remember I'm only talking about Christians, as people with low IQs or low intelligence all around, but bad. It's bad. It's kind of like continuing a war between science and religion, and there does not need to be this war. There really doesn't. Okay, so, and also, where I was going was this, during this time, in a pandemic, if you want to look at it through those scientific eyes, why are you going to take it away from them now, when what the thought is that people are trying to make purpose for their lives, and find that there is a purpose, and that, try to control their own lives because so much is out of control. Why would you want to take religion, the one that's good for the good, decent people, out along with the others, and throw in science when already people are moving away from science because it seems so cold? And one reason it does. See, I want to really go deeper into that. That's the one that really deep. Why would people want to put that down? I've seen this with scientists, and I've seen this with just regular everyday people for most of my life. They want to shame, they want to ridicule, just basically put down people who are Christians, who have a religion and they're holy. It's like, no, you have to become like us. Why? What kind of arrogance is going on there? Are they hurting or harming anybody, including themselves? No. So, what's your purpose again? What? You see what I'm saying? These are good, decent people. These are not, I'm talking about the actual Christians, the holy, again, I'm going to say this, the actual ones, not the ones who are that, but the actual ones, the actual Christians. And believe me, people will blow up those bad ones as if to generalize and just say, all, it's that whole all thing again. All Christians are liars. All Christians are after bad scientists. Bad scientists. I'm pointing my finger at you. Waving it. It's not good. It's not good to do that. Anyway, I was saying earlier about this professor I had. He's probably the dean before, I think there was a noise. Wasn't it before then? But he taught us this, and I had this feeling before he taught the class this, but it was a class on the sociology of religion, and and I took a lot of courses, and there was an actual woman who was a Satanist in the class and so forth, and people from different religious backgrounds and all, and he basically said those of us who are scientists and and are against religion, or trying to, they're basically losing out. They're basically closing off their minds. And when a scientist close off their minds, it's not a good scientist anymore. There could be alternatives, that they don't know everything that they need to know in this world. That they do know everything, and they don't need to see anything outside of that because they have the one and only answer. Yeah, I got a story to tell about that. That would happen after that, and it was Adam and I. What happened to us, but it's a different story. But yeah, I'm one to, I'm not going to say that, but like I said, this is getting too long. But I have a lot more to say about this, and I am irritated whenever people show their agenda that I don't see this as right. I see this as wrong. For people to, like I said, mix these apples and oranges and possibly grapes and berries. Let's but you see what I'm saying, and trying to do some kind of scientific research and say, it's not good. It's just not good to me. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up. I've been losing my voice lately, and I wonder why. I'll talk to y'all in another video.